that I pointed out on the front. And it was something that I got you into. And I mean, those things are crazy with a lot of collectors. You might see a couple cast members here and there, but then there's like groups of them that stand around, trade all day long. You see me when I trade with those people, I'm just like, oh my gosh! I'm so giddy after I do it, like shaking with excitement.
It's almost like a mob
mentality.
Yes. Like the moment, there's certain areas in the park that people actually go to. It's mostly in Frontierland. Where literally people will huddle up, put out their books, and then next thing you know, you see a group of 15 to 20 people just all huddled with each other.
On one person usually.
I remember last year, you actually traded, and you put your pins on top of a trash can on Main Street.
We weren't even trading, remember? I was putting a pin that you gave me in my pin book.
All you did was pull out your pin on a trash can, and I kid you not, 4 people walked up to you in a matter of 5 to 10 seconds and were like, hey, what are you looking to trade? And we were probably sitting there for probably like a good 30 minutes.
Right after that, yeah. It might have even been longer than that because we started looking at theirs. They were looking at ours. It was just crazy. And again, it's just one of those only Disney things. You walk up to a random stranger that has their pins out. You just start looking at them. You start conversating. Where else can you do that without getting a funny look or mean mug?
Yeah,
nowhere.
People walk around with motorcycle jackets and just covered with pins.
Oh, the Disney Club.
The Disney Club.
Yeah,
yeah. And I mean, like you said, you can't just walk up to people and just have like conversations and really be in tune with each other and really get deep into stuff like you can at Disney when it comes to pin trading.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just it's amazing how long you can go with talking with someone just about pins alone. You would think there's not a lot to talk about, like, hey, I like that pin, I like that pin. There really is. Because a lot of these people with these pins have had them for so long, they have stories that come with it. You know, they're pin traders. I know it's crazy to think everyone has hobbies. Pin trading is a hobby. And these people have been collecting for years and years. So their collection means something to them. So they take a lot of interest when someone just comes up and asks them, like, hey, where did you get that pin? What pin is that? You know, and it's honestly a great environment to be around.
Do you have a favorite part of pin trading since I got you into it? Or are you just really like, I just like kind of the chaos craziness of it because I'm searching the whole park for a specific pin possibly. Like I caught you onto that a couple years ago. I was like, look for these specific ones. They're little tiny Mickey Mouse looking things. They're called vinylmations. So we scoured the whole park looking for them. And there was the year with my Oswald collection. We collected that full Oswald set in the park in a week. And we literally found that very last one of the set the very last day as we were leaving.
Well, if we're talking about two separate things of pin trading, I mean, my favorite when we come home and then the new releases come out and you get the limited editions, I love that. If I'm talking in the park, I really do like just going to each area and just checking pin boards because you never know what you're going to find.
It's like a treasure hunt.
It's kind of treasure hunt. I'm a grown man. But if I see a pin on a board and I see some other kids going after it, those kids might get knocked over.
You're shoving them. Get out of the way.
I'm not going to admit that on camera.
You just did.
Allegedly. I haven't been caught yet.
Cover your face.
I haven't covered my face a little bit, but no. In all seriousness, it's the treasure hunt type of feel.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I do like is the competitiveness, because we're competitive.
Oh yeah.
You and I. We have a buddy who we got into on my bachelor party because we love Disney. We went to Disneyland for my bachelor party. Make fun of me all you want. I don't care. I'm a kid. It's just another thing that you and I bond with. It's another thing that we brought our other two buddies to bond with. Our other two buddies who really didn't. They made fun of us for it until you actually got there. Because if I'm being completely honest, I made fun of you about it.
You did.
Until
and I told you I was going to get you hooked. I told those two when we went I was going to get them hooked, and they got hooked.
And why is it so easily to get hooked?
On pins?
Because pins are life.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there a specific pin that you go looking for? Any certain character, movie, whatever it is?
Anything goofy. Anything goofy related.
Like
I'm
funny
all
looking?
about.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just joking.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good joke. Yeah, no. What about you?
Me, it's villain related stuff. Anything really villain related. Gaston.
I know that's your favorite. Gaston.
Yes, Gaston's my favorite, but really anything villain, cars. I love the Cars things. So since Goofy's the pin you look for, is Goofy your favorite movie when it comes to Disney movies?
It is not. That would be our two buddies right here, Buzz and Woody. That would be Toy Story.
Okay.
That is my favorite movie. Growing up as a kid, I really wasn't like a huge Disney thing, but I do remember vividly loving Toy Story.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of always what I was attracted to. Funny thing. What did Buzz say to Woody?
What did Buzz say to Woody?
A lot of things, because there's 3 movies.
Oh my goodness. Stupid joke. So dumb.
Get it?
There's about to be a 4th. So they're going to rewrite the joke?
No, well, I mean,
or are you going to rewrite the joke? I'm guessing you're not the creator, though. So.
I'm not the creator, but right now there's 3, correct?
That's true.
So I mean, that's just what it is. What
Yeah.
about you? What's your favorite?
I can't pick one, if I'm being honest. I love Toy Story. I love Toy Story. I love Cars. It's one of my favorite movies. Not so much the second Cars, but Cars 1 and Cars 3. I almost can cry at the end of Cars 3 because it's the end of it. At the end of the third Toy Story, I thought that was the end of it too, as they're sitting on the porch at Bonnie's house, basically saying bye to Andy. Some tears started coming up. I had to fight him back. Get tough guy and suck it all the way back into the tear duct. Because
get emotional.
Get
emotional.
Yeah.
Funny story, I'll put you on the spot. This man called me, probably I want to say a month ago, and told me he cried when he heard what the last words Tom Hanks says, who plays Woody, says in the ending.
It's sad,
of Toy Story 4.
It's sad. Because I don't know exactly how it's going to end when he says that. Like, I'm picturing the worst case scenario, but then I'm picturing them saying...
say it now?
What he says?
What is it?
No, don't say it just in case there's people that haven't seen it. Let them go look it up if they want to. Okay. So we'll just keep the story on that I teared up on it, definitely. Yeah. But I mean, Toy Story is iconic to me. It has been a franchise that I think is one of the most strongest standing ones. I know you love them, like you said. But there really isn't another franchise that can compete with them because Disney doesn't do a lot of franchise movies. There's Toy Story, there's Cars, there's a couple of the Wreck-It Ralph ones. I don't know if you can consider Mary Poppins one because they down to the Mary Poppins Returns. I'm not a big fan of those. Yeah, no, I didn't either because I'm not a big fan of that type of stuff.
I would say I agree with you. They haven't done a franchise like Toy Story, and that's the crazy thing about Toy Story is I enjoy number 3 as much as I enjoyed number 1.
Yeah.
They're all 3... If they were all 3 independently made movies,
could you choose one? If you had to choose one of the 3 Toy Stories, because you said it's your favorite, I'll allow you to say that, all 3 of them are one movie. I love just Toy Story. I'm fine to blanket that. But if you could only watch one of the Toy Stories...
I would say it is number 1. Because
it's your childhood.
Yeah,
it's your childhood.
It's the original. It's when the characters are introduced, Buzz and Woody don't like each other at first. Pizza Planet's in it. I mean, you see the shirt, Pizza Planet. I mean, that was just a great place. That's where the claw got introduced. It's just I'm a big original type of person. Yeah. I'm always going to resort back to no matter how good number 2 and number 3 are. For the most part, besides Captain America, the first one, when we normally talk, the originals are normally my go-to, just because it's the origin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite lines in that movie is when Woody and Buzz are fighting and he's just screaming at him, "You are a toy! You are a toy! You are a sad, strange little man." It's
just funny.
Fantastic.
It's funny.
I know it's animated, it's 2 toys talking to each other, but I literally can see Tim Allen and Tom Hanks just standing in front of each other doing those lines. And I could just picture the reaction on their face, trying to withhold all this laughter.
I mean, let's not pretend, too, when we were kids growing up and we had our toys after watching Toy Story, we really thought that when we were asleep or away from the house, our toys were actually talking to each other. Peeking around the corner. You're like, when you're not home, my toys are having a good time by themselves. Yeah. It was a great way to just visualize it and get your imagination.
Sitting here thinking about, my favorite Disney movie, and if I'm picking one, I'm probably going to honestly say it's going to be the Cars, because I have a very soft place for Cars. But it's very hard for me to even rank them on that, because I love Cars just as much as I love Toy Story, and I love those just as much as I honestly love The Little Mermaid. I love The Little Mermaid. Yeah. I love Hercules. And for those, it's mostly the soundtrack on those. One of my favorite songs to listen to is Part of Your World, the Ariel song.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
look at
don't
the
know.
stuff.
I don't
Isn't
watch
it neat?
it.
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? You don't know that song? Come on.
I don't. I've watched Little Mermaid maybe once. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Not a fan of
But
it. But I'll take your word for it because you're really good at this type of stuff.
I like that song, man, and even our Facebook little poll that I put out, the people that replied on that, a lot of them said the Little Mermaid song as well.
Yeah.
The people were saying so. The Hercules one, I love the comedy in it. Hades, the villain, is just very funny as well. One of probably the funniest villains of any Disney movie.
He is my favorite villain.
Yeah.
Of all the Disney
Is it
movies.
because of the comedy or just because
it's
the
because
bad guy part of him? Or?
One, my favorite color is blue, and I think the color scheme that they use for him is really, really cool. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's a villain. You know he's a villain. You know he's bad. But his smart remarks and just his overall funniness, I just thought it was a great character.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But one of the best villains.
Yes, I love Hades. Hercules too, another songs that I just love. I love I Can Go the Distance when he's walking up to see Zeus's temple. I think it's called. It's not really a church. They're like temples then, but he's going to see Zeus to, because he got his symbol from the gods saying that he's basically a god or a son of a god. And again, a hilarious part of a movie when Zeus comes to life as the statue. That is an absolute I just crap my pants face when Hercules screams. Because if that's going to happen, it's right then and there. A gigantic statue comes at you.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly, the dropping face.
Galaxy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another just song I love in that one, the Maid one, the I Won't Say I'm in Love. When the little muses are singing in the background too. I get really heartfelt from a lot of those music. I can honestly sit in the car, listen to Disney music all day long, and either just feel really happy, feel just so lovey-dovey. It gives me a lot of emotions when I listen to Disney stuff.
In fact, you and your wife actually do that.
We do, yeah, absolutely.
Right around.
And at any time too. I do it in my own personal, vehicle when I'm by myself in my car, when I'm out working. I'll throw it on and have a little headphone in and I'm singing Part of Your World. I'm singing the Hercules song, Moana songs. Really, just a whole lot of Disney songs are just fantastic.
There's one song that gets me like you're saying, because I don't. Disney songs, I like them, but they don't touch me like that. But there is one song, and it is a movie that I really, really like. A Whole New World, Aladdin.
Okay.
That song, I'm not gonna sing it because I can't.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
I wish I could close my ears when I start singing.
Okay. I thought Disney songs brought joy to everybody.
That song with that movie, which is another one of my favorite movies that I can watch over and over again.
Oh yeah.
And the big reason for that is for that big blue guy right there.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited for the live one coming out too. It looks like it's going to be great. I can't wait to see. Hopefully they do it. The Genie song. The You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me.
Yeah.
I hope it's so good like the animated one was. And my hopes are so high on it is because of the live action Beauty and the Beast. When they did the one in the dining room. I can't really remember the song right now because it's losing me. Be Our Guest. That's what it's called. The Be Our Guest song.
Be Our Guest.
Put our service to the test. See, I just want to sing now.
You just want to
go. But seeing how they did that in the live action version was amazing. The colors were fantastic. The song was just great.
Talking about live action, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the live action. The live action one.
I think the live action kind of brought back to life that movie. Because that Beauty and the Beast is an iconic Disney movie in itself. Out of all the princesses, I know Cinderella and all the older princesses. I guess I'll say the first generation princess. I know all of them are big. I don't know if there's a bigger one than Belle. That most of the time when I see kids, little girls, growing up and playing dress up and running around Disneyland, you see Belle. You see that yellow. You see the bell. They have a ton of rose sculptures around Disneyland that you can buy.
The Rose Tavern.
The Rose Tavern.
That a big thing now too.
I just feel like that live action took that movie to another height.
Yes.
That I really enjoyed.
And see, I wonder if it's because of doing the live action, because Cinderella was one of the first, I guess you could say, live action ones that came out.
Good movie.
There was the 101 Dalmatians, if you want to consider that a live action when it first happened. But the Cinderella one, I see a lot of girls, like you said, as Belle, but also as Cinderella. Yeah. And I'm wondering if it's because of those two movies. Of course, you see the ones dressed as Moana and stuff, but those are more of the recent animation.
Yeah.
But with the Aladdin one coming out, I'm wondering if it's going to blow up like the other two did. Are we going to basically see, because all these younger kids that are, around now, they might not have got to see those movies. Yeah. Hopefully, if their parents love them at all, they showed them all the originals. Yeah. If they didn't, I don't know what you're doing as a Disney parent. I mean, you just can't do that. But do you think it's going to blow up as much as those? Do you think Jasmine's going to be the next hit princess now?
I do, because the number 2 actor in the world, Will Smith, is in it. That's probably why. Just joking. I feel like it blows up now, the live action blow up now, because back when we were kids, they didn't have the technology to do live action. No. So I feel like the live action nowadays relates to kids nowadays as the animations did when we were kids. So in part, the live action is basically to reach the younger generation to get them into the older generation. Yeah. So I feel like it will hit, because you go to Disneyland, you see these young kids, they're still wearing the same costumes from
the originals
that don't even have live actions yet.
No.
So I feel like Aladdin being one of the more bigger movies, I think it will definitely hit. I mean, seeing the trailer got me really, really excited.
Oh yeah.
I think they're gonna do really good. And yeah, I think it's gonna hit.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Aladdin one. There's the Lion King one that's going to be releasing soon. They just did the Dumbo one. I haven't gone to see that one yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. Tim Burton's a great, producer and director when it comes to those kind of things. But I'm really hoping with every part of my Disney soul that they make a Hercules live action, because I think that would be excellent to see. Cool. It would be probably great as long as they could find a good Hades, a good Hercules. And my biggest thing with those two is keep the music almost to the same. I mean, you don't need the same beat or anything, but I'd like to see the same iconic songs. Like
maybe updated a little bit.
Exactly. Just give them some new background music. Sure. Exactly. But like for the Aladdin one, if they don't have a whole new world, that's gonna just devastate me.
They do. I saw it in the trailer.
Okay. I haven't seen that trailer then.
I do get that though. If they don't have a lot of those songs in there from the original. I don't care how good the movie is if they don't put those original songs in there. I don't care if they add new songs. I mean, do what you have to make it, relevant to kids nowadays, or add new stuff. But at least have the old songs. If they don't, I no matter how good the acting is, I would probably consider it not a success.
And I would agree with you. And especially like the Beauty and the Beast live action one. One of my favorite songs that they do is the Gaston one. One, because he's one of my favorite just Disney characters in general. But with their casting, they cast so well. Will Smith is Genie, but then going back to the Beauty and the Beast, the guy that plays Gaston's little friend, he's old. Josh Gad. He is a fantastic, extra role in that.
He is.
I laugh every time at the end of that song because they added a little to it. The G-A-S-T. I think there's another T. I just realized I'm illiterate and I haven't had to spell it out loud before. Like, that's a great part just to add to the song because that wasn't in the original.
So I have comedy to it.
Comedy, exactly. So I have no problem with them changing things here and there. Just some of those key core things I really feel like that you need when you do just Disney things and bring back the old to the new generation, or you could lose a lot of it.
Sometimes you wonder if, no matter how much people want a number 2, sometimes it's their original is just fine.
Want a number 2?
Want a number 2? That's a good one. Yeah, that's a pun. You're just dumb for that. Sometimes I feel like maybe they shouldn't. Like, just because people want it. The first one was so good. I mean, if all they made was one.
You think we should have Disney come and recast us?
I would love that. I'm available. You just have to look up Red Pill, Blue Pill, and you'll be able to find it.
Oh, I meant more like they have some famous people come sit here.
Oh.
No?
I think we're pretty famous.
Do you think we get background voice for them?
No, I think we do better than them. For being honest, I'm just that confident. Yeah.
I like it. Well, guys, that's it for our Disney Everything episode. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, hit a like on it. Comment. We always want your guys' feedback on all of our videos. We want you guys to get in touch with us. On Facebook, Red Pill Blue PIL 2. Same thing on Twitter, Red Pill Blue PIL 2. Comment, like, share, subscribe. You'll see weekly questions come out from us. Get in reach with us. We'd love to just talk to you back and forth. Talk about it on our videos that we do. So yeah, just again. Facebook, Red Pill, Blue Pill 2. Again, I'll spell that. Red Pill, Blue PIL 2. Same thing on Twitter. See you guys.